Hi, I'm Rebekah Ricks. I'm here at the Homeschool Connection, where our goal is to connect home and school. And I'm on our weekly Facebook Live show, The Brew. The Brew is a mixture of people, events, or things that come together to form a more potent whole. And we want to make your whole a whole lot better. And this morning, since it's Friday morning, we're doing an extra shot of espresso, because who doesn't need a little extra pick-me-up on Friday mornings? So today our verse of the week that we're going to be talking about is Zephaniah 3:17. And it says, "The Lord thy God is in the midst of thee. In the midst of thee is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love, and he will joy over thee in singing." So again, it says, "The Lord thy God is in the midst of thee, is in the midst of thee." Oh man, I felt really encouraged when I read this, because, you know, when something's in the midst, it means it's right there in the middle. You know, like have you ever noticed, like when there's a child that wants to, you know, they're all talking, and then if you're talking about something you don't want them to hear, they're all right there. They're all up in the middle of it. Or we all know that one person who's always all up in the middle of drama. Like every time something happens, their name's associated with it. They're right all up in the middle of it. But you know what it was saying? That the Lord thy God is the Lord thy God in the midst of thee. Man, no matter what kind of troubles or trials we're having, God's right there in the middle of it. He's right all up in the mix. And I think that's so encouraging to know we're not alone. And not only is he's not staying on the edge, looking in and judging us. He's not kind of a bystander. No, he's right in the middle of it. He's right in the thick of it. He's the one standing right next to you, helping you fight on. So the Lord thy God is in the midst of thee. He's right there in the middle. He's in the midst. And not only is he in the midst, he's not that friend that just is there, which is sometimes nice to have a friend that's just there for you. But he's not just there. He's in the midst, and he is mighty. Man, he's the one who can take care of stuff. He's right in the middle, and he's right there, ready to fight and take care of it for us. He's in the midst of us. He's in the midst, and he is mighty. And then here comes my favorite part. He will save. So not only is he mighty, he's not just like the muscle man who stands there, the bodyguard who stands there to guard you. He's just not there just to show it. No, he doesn't only mighty, but he saves. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. Man, to rejoice means that you're in that moment when something good happens. You know, when you have something good that happens in your life, you want to call and share it with someone. That's exciting. You want to rejoice with someone. You want to have those moments where you can share something. He will rejoice over thee with great joy. And then the next part says he will rest in his love. Oh man, isn't that nice to know that he's there? And not only will he rejoice, but he will also be the one who's there to help you rest. I don't know, sometimes that's the best thing. We need our rest. We need sometimes to stop and breathe, and it's okay. He's there to help us stop and breathe, to help us take a minute and rest. It's okay to rest. He'll save, he'll rejoice, he'll rest, and he'll joy with thee with great singing. You know, rejoicing, I did some study on it. Rejoicing talks about when you're in a moment and you have a certain instance to rejoice about. Especially it was talked about when you had a battle and you won a battle. You rejoice. That's having a rejoicing time. That's a time of celebration. There are times when you come over something, when you come over a battle, or you come over a bad spot, you rejoice. But it's a little bit different than joy. You know, joy is what you feel all the time. He will joy over thee with singing. Joy is how you feel when you're happy. Joy has to do with you feeling happy. And I know we can't always base everything on how we feel. And as women, we don't always feel happy about certain things, or we don't feel like we should, or it doesn't feel like we want it to feel. But instead of like not having, we don't have to have that feeling. That joy is that peace in our heart that we know he's with thee. And it's that peace that we can almost, and it says with singing. Have you ever been, I don't know, I think about it in the morning since I have a little bitty one. And in the morning when I'm changing him and getting him ready for the day, I feel happy, and so I want to sing a little bit. It's almost talking like that, where you're so happy you want to sing. You're so happy it just comes out without even thinking about it. That little bit of happiness, that joy with singing. So I want you to think today, no matter what you're going through, no matter where you are, no matter what spot you are in your life, God is in the midst of your troubles. He's right there in the middle of all your little things, of all your daily things, of all the daily inconveniences. He's all up in it. He's right there in the midst of it. And he's mighty. And not only is he mighty and strong, but he's somebody who can do something about it. He can save. He will save. And he will rejoice. He'll be there when good things happen to help us be excited over it. And then when we need rest, he'll be there. He will rest. And he will joy over thee. He'll give you that peace and happiness that will just help you glow and help that come out. And so hopefully this week you can feel some of that. And the most important thing is to remember, he is in the midst. Even when we forget about it, even when we don't feel it, even when we know it, we have to just remind ourselves that he is in the midst of everything. His hand is there. He's in the mix. He's got a plan and he knows. He can see the future and all these other promises he's given us, but just to know that he's in the midst for us. He's right there with us and he can see each and everything. So nothing's going to happen that's going to be a surprise to him. And I hope you all have a great weekend with that. Take another minute, drink it, and don't forget you're not alone. God is there for you, and we're also here to help.